What's going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment back again with another one. Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notification so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Man, look, uh, it's very important that y'all make sure that you hit the notifications because I've been getting uh, word that nobody's getting the notifications. I'm not the only one. Several other brothers in the LDBC have been going through the same problems, but nevertheless, it don't stop no show here because we still gonna get the bullshit out. All right. Now, Texas Congressman Ronny Jackson has came out and basically stated that he blames rap music and hip hop music and video games for the reasoning behind the Uvalde elementary, elementary, the Robb Elementary School shooting. Now, sitting up in here and you saying this, right? But I find it strange that you're blaming hip hop, but I would think that you would blame that in the instance of an African American that actually would commit these crimes. Because the last time that I checked, this was a Hispanic individual that did that. And listen, we living in a day and time when everybody of all races, cultures, or whatever they listen to various genres and all that. But I think that that's what he was trying to come with at what angle that he was trying to come with because it seems that when the shoe is on the other foot of another race and they're committing the crime, they're going up in uh, just like a few minutes or a couple about an hour or so ago, I reported about the Tulsa shooting that took place in Oklahoma. Don't know the race of the guy, but you don't see African Americans doing this type of shit. Okay, now video games, that's another thing because everybody they play video games, and a lot of these a lot of these kids will go out and try to mimic what they see and stuff like that. Now, to some degree, you got somewhat of a point, but you can't just equate it just to hip hop music and stuff because hip hop music, last time I checked, a lot of the music that they're playing, they're not advocating going in and shooting soft targets or killing kids or innocent people or innocent bystanders or anything like that. Now, there's some music that you might listen to and where they talk about the ops and all that other stuff. Yeah, of course, but this situation was done more so out of just sheer stupidity, and might have been drugs involved, might have been depression involved, might have been, you never know what was going on in the household. You can't just sit up here and say that that's the sole blame. So what about the shooting that took place in Buffalo? You gonna blame that on video games? You gonna blame that on hip hop music? Because last time I checked, this guy, what he did was premeditated, and he had this plan, and he intended to shoot more people, and he was determined to do it. It wasn't because of some rap lyrics that he heard or was motivated by that or anything. And then you gotta go back and you gotta look at the course of history of all the shootings that have taken place. What about the guy that went into a movie theater and shot up everybody? Okay, what about Columbine? We could take it back to Columbine. We got to stop. We got to, you sitting up in here and you're saying, okay, yeah, it's the video games and all this other stuff. Look, y'all were the one that lowered the damn age. And then on top of that, look, we know what Texas is. It's an open carry and everything, and it's an open carry state. Y'all are sitting up in here, y'all are pressing people for the laws that y'all put into play, and now all of a sudden y'all want to pump fake, and now y'all want to start trying to change things. Look, you're not going to be able to change it. Look, one thing that is going to be very, very hard and very difficult for you to do, which I seriously doubt that you are going to do, is be able to change the laws as it pertains to Texas and their gun laws. That's just not. That's just something that ain't going to happen. Because one thing about Texas, and one thing about the citizens here, they the majority of them, they love their guns. They love their firearms. What's up with it, LB? I see you in the building. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second, LB. I gotta give me a second, bro. Cause yesterday I tried to do it and I couldn't. There, y'all. Now you taking away rap music and you taking away video games, or you trying to limit that. That's not gonna limit stupidity. That's not gonna limit the the uh the households, because it starts with the household. Okay, it starts with the household. Look, he shot his grandmother. We know what took place and everything, but we don't know what relationship had taken place inside of there. Okay, then on top of that, the law enforcement don't even have their shit together. That either. Okay, y'all motherfuckers didn't even want to have the audacity. Y'all weren't concerned about uh anybody else. Y'all were concerned about y'all kids. It took y'all a fucking hour. Okay. Then on top of that, all of the shit is suspect. That the whole report is suspect. It's just like what's going on right now, LB, with the whole Tulsa shooting. I don't trust that shit. I don't trust that shit because there was a shooting that took place 3 days prior, where 7 people were shot, and then one. All these shootings that have been happening. And look, if you came on my channel and if you listened to me before when I've reported on Buffalo, that had taken place. Okay, I said that this is going to be a domino effect. This is going to be copycat. This is going to be monkey see, monkey do, and it's not going to stop. People talking about they tired of this shit. They tired of this shit. Well, look, it's not time to be tired. It's time to arm yourself and to protect yourself. You sitting up in there and you saying, okay, yeah, well, nah, ma, go ahead and go to the grocery store. No, you go to the fucking grocery store. You go to these places, or just Just have your shit Amazon over there, or have your shit Walmart delivery over there, whatever the fuck that you gotta do to have that shit delivery over there. And shit, you can't even trust that shit because you're not safe any fucking where anymore. And this shit that just took place, I'm not talking about the Uvalde shooting, but we got to talk about what just took place in Tulsa. That was at a hospital, so it ain't safe no fucking where. Right? Exactly. Exactly. Like and see, this is the thing. This is the thing, LB and Jason. Check this out, right? All it was when Abbott got on that fucking press conference, man. I was so disgusted by that shit because then O'Rourke got up on there. He called him out and on his bullshit and everything. But then it wasn't even about the shooting. It was about them two motherfuckers because he don't nobody want Abbott as governor here in this shit. They're tired of him, and not that it's gonna. It's I really don't see it. It's not gonna make no fucking difference. But when you got motherfuckers up in here coming up in here saying, okay, yeah, well, it's rap music and video game. Okay, you want to start blaming us for shit because let's just call it what it is. He wanted to say, okay, yeah, well, it's the influence of black folks on this and that. That's what you really wanted to say. That's what you really wanted to say. You so angry that there's other people doing this shit. We not walking up in grocery stores killing people. Yeah. Oh yeah. I dropped one. I wasn't gonna stay on that long, but yeah, I drop you a link, LB. All right, link is in the chat, man. If you want to come out, if you want to come on in here, man. But I'm disgusted by what this guy, how he even said that because we already know what he's trying to get to, man. You sitting up in here, you trying to say some shit like that. We know what you're trying to get at. LB, what's good with it, bro?
Polo, long time no see, brother.
Man, grinding, man, just like you, but you already know what they're doing. Just like I told James the other day, they trying to tear us apart, bro.
Yeah, yeah, man. They unsub me from your channel and everything, right?
Right. I saw that, but I got you right back on, man.
Man, I'm trying to see. I'm
What you
like,
got
man,
on?
I'm trying to figure out where all your videos was at and all that, man. Next thing you know, they
Yeah, I
unsub me from your
know. I
channel.
wasn't. I wasn't getting no notified. I try to share. I try to share as many videos. I was like, damn. Like at first, I was like, man, them niggas, they mad at me or some shit. Like, but then I was like, then you
Thank you.
came in and you sent me a message. You said, man, they unsubscribed me. I said, motherfucker, because what's it called? James told me the same shit. He told me that he hadn't been getting my stuff, or he'll get my stuff like 2 3 days later or something like that. But I'm not tripping
Yeah,
about it, LB man. I know what they trying to do, and I'm a contact them. But what you got on this, man? Because I know you wanted to talk about this shit right here, man.
yeah. So I already talk about this on my channel, and
Okay.
and please subscribe to my channel, please. You know what I'm saying? Any and all help is appreciated. Thank you, Polo, for letting me on. Ronny Jackson, a congressman out of Texas, right? This was nothing more than an afflection tactic that, because the truth of the matter is, these Republicans don't plan on doing nothing about this issue. You know why? Because, as you may know, they take money from the NRA and other gun lobbyist groups. They take hellified money. So if you want to know how the politician move, just check and see who's lining their pockets, and that tells you right there how they move, and who's pulling the strings. Because it ain't them. Because had they wanted to do something, it would have already been done. Case in point,
Right.
when they were peddling that bullshit about the election fraud, they made all kinds of changes to the legislature to where it made to where it made it more difficult for people to vote.
Right.
So, Ronnie Jackson, man, to sit up here and talk about blame. I mean, if you think about it, it was also Tupolo. That was a dog whistle within itself. And that was some kind of underhanded racist trope to make it seem like black people are the reason why we got all these shootings, and black people are the reason why we got all this chaos here in America and shit like that. And I'm like, no. Um, if anything, what's the difference between what we doing in a Western movie? You don't think Western movies have an impact on society where
Right.
Gunsmoke and Wyatt Earp and all these other westerns that was running around out here, the Lone Ranger. Anytime there's a tussle, someone pulling out a pistol. That's in white
Bonanza.
movies. The TV show Bonanza, all them TV shows. But see, they don't want to talk about that though.
Right.
But yeah, man, that shit was disgusting. What Ronnie Jackson said. Talk about rap music and video games. So okay, who makes the video games? Mostly white people make the video games.
Right. And Asians.
Call of Duty, and then they have Call of Duty and Modern Warfare 3 and all this
Right.
other shit.
Right. And you know what, LBC, this is the thing, right? They like I'm glad you touched on that point because see, he wanted to find some sort of angle to try to involve us in it because they're so disgusted that it's their people. Now, we know that what's it called, the dude was Hispanic that walked up in there and shot up everybody. That was a Hispanic cat. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But the guy that in Buffalo, he was white, and all these other motherfuckers. We go all the way back to the theater, the theater situation that happened when he came up in there shoot, and the guy that shot up the soft targets up in the church. And then you know what happened with Tulsa. I know you know what took place with that shit right there.
Yeah, I just
Now,
read that.
yeah, exactly. So we're not doing that shit though. What we're doing is we have a problem with our own genocide of killing each other. In some places, like Chicago and the DCs and the big cities and stuff like that. But us going, it's because of ops and shit like that. But we're not going in there killing killing babies, man. We don't do no shit like that.
No,
Ain't no rap music telling you
nope,
to or advocating for that shit.
no. So I mean, I don't know what the hell Ronnie Jackson was talking about. I don't know what kind of rap music that motherfucker listened to, but ain't no black music advocating for violence of children and violence and all kinds of other crazy ass shit that these politicians. But see, it just goes back to what we talk about, man. It's not more than deflection and distraction, and the attempt to muddy the waters. Rap music ain't had nothing to do with why that Salvador Ramos cat decided to open fire at a school. Had absolutely nothing to do with that. When the Parkland shooting happened back in 2019, right?
Hmm.
You had one
Right,
politician come out and blame it on pornos. Pornos
right.
now, pornos. Like shooting. So let me tell you. So let me understand something. Shooting skeet on bed sheets is worse than shooting guns at someone's chest.
That's facts.
The two just don't correlate. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Right.
when you get to the truth of the matter, when you press them on issues, when you ask them real journalistic questions, you see how fast they run. Ted Cruz, that motherfucker's only good for one thing: reading the news. Ronnie.
Yeah, Cooney.
Well, yeah, no, Ted Cruz, he ain't no coon. He's a Latin white supremacist. Well, Cuban white supremacist at that.
Shit, and see, this is the thing too. Like he shot. Well, Ramos, he shot his grandmother. Hey, look, we got to talk about that. Like, what's going on? Okay, look, L, we were raised in households. Obviously, I'm not dead. I'm not locked up. I ain't in prison or whatever. You not dead. You not locked up. You ain't in prison or whatever. You doing something productive with your life. You serve the country. Salute to you and everything. We got to talk about what's going on and what's taking place in these households. Now, look, I know he shot his grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't deserve any of that. Much like them kids didn't. But at the same token, what's going on in them households? Because last time I checked, y'all want to sit up here and y'all want to talk about our urban neighborhoods. You want to talk about us coming from the project. You want to talk about how much problems we got. You want to put it on display for the world and shit like that. But like you said, they want to deflect. They want to run. They don't want to shed light on what's really going on inside of they shit because they got all these motherfuckers, people that are rich and got money and living in nice areas and gated communities, this, that, and the third or whatever. They got just as many problems as people that are sitting up in there struggling on welfare and shit.
Well, I remember talking about this a couple weeks ago. Well, a week
Hmm.
ago. No, it was a week ago. There was a video I did called "What's Going On in These Schools," right? And in that, we talked about that same thing. And one of the guys that came on. Hey, hold on a second, real quick. Thank you. So in that, one of the things that was talked about was how the government was trying to put an age limit on things, right? More like the white supremacists. So they'll come in and tell you when you turn 18, you're grown. That you're old enough to vote and you're old enough to buy a gun and you're old enough to do all this stuff at 18 years old, right?
Right,
So when the kid gets all going through evolution and all that, when they get 18, oh well, I can drive now. I can get a license. I can buy a gun. I can do this. I can get out my mama house. You know what I'm saying? So they feel emboldened to talk to their parents any kind of way. Not on top of that, once the parent checks the kid for going at them any kind of way and shit, then they call DSS, and now you got the laws basically telling you can't hit your kid and you can't be abusive to your kid because you go to jail and all this other shit. So the government has infiltrated into the home to where you as a parent, if the child get out of line, you can't really go at that kid the way you want to because because of the possibility you could go to jail for child abuse.
right. So it's kind of like your hands are tied.
So man, and look, my hands can be tied all day. My kids even think about coming at me crazy. I'm gonna go to jail because I'm gonna whoop that fucking ass.
Absolutely, man. Shit,
I'm like, you not
hey, I'm
look.
still,
I didn't
hey,
talk
I'm
to my
still
mama
gonna
any
give him an
kind of
ass
way,
whooping. Hey, I'm right with you, bro.
bro. I'm
Absolutely.
42 years old. I'm 42 years old, and I still won't disrespect. I'll never disrespect my mama, and I'm 42. We might
Yep.
have disagreements. I might disagree with my mama, but I will never ever disrespect my mama. And I'm
Hell
42.
no.
So any of my kids call themselves disrespecting me, you boy, they know. They know. I'm like, look, at
What's
the
up?
end of the day, I'm your daddy.
Hold, hold,
And
hold,
you need to
hold on one second, L. My bad, man. What's up with it, Slinky? I'm gonna get to your comment in just a second, though. Go ahead, L.
I say, look, at the end of the day, first and foremost, I'm your daddy. I'm not your friend. I'm not your I'm not your confidant. I'm your daddy. I'm supposed to provide, protect, and produce for you. That's my main job. Now
And you see,
we can do whatever after that, but don't make the mistake of thinking that just because we have a good relationship that I'm supposed to be your friend. No, I'm not your friend. I'm your daddy. and you're going to respect me as such. They know that.
No,
They know that from the
that's
jump.
that's facts, L. And see, I hate when the motherfuckers they always be trying to intervene. Like because I had my son, it was just me and my son. We went to like it was a graduation party, man, for one of the high schoolers. And I brought my son. It was just me and my 3 year old and everything, man. And it's like people always want to intervene. Oh well, no, it's okay. Just let them do that. I'm like, look, are you raising him? No. Are you changing his diapers? Or did you change his diapers? No. Are you potty training him? No. Are you responsible for his life? No. So shut the fuck up and stay up out of our business. Now you said,
Hmm.
Slinky, you said the schools should do more about bullying and be checking in with the kids, their mental health to help school shooting. What you got? What's your response to that, L?
That's what I tell my kids, right? I tell them straight up: you don't put your hand on nobody, nobody don't put their hand on you. If they hit you, you hit their ass back. Because the minute they hit you, and you let that thing slide, then you only embolden them to do something else to you. Once they put
Right.
their hands on you, you hit them right back. You give them what they're looking for. Because and that's the reason why I explained that to them like that. Look, don't tell the teacher, all right? Because by the time the teacher get done doing what she doing, that dude, that whoever hit you, probably done got 2, 3 up on you. You hit their asses right back. If they got a problem with it, they can talk to me. I'll check them on it. Because I don't trust these teachers no way. Considering you got a lot of sex predators that are teachers out here, man.
Yeah, that's facts.
See, that's another thing they're not talking about. See, they talk about the school shooting and the
Hmm.
welfare of the teacher and all that. Meanwhile, teacher out there trying to you got these women teachers trying to get at these boys and shit,
Right.
and then you got these pedophile, and you got some of these men out here fucking creepers and shit.
Right. The real monsters are in the school. They're within
Yeah,
the school system.
they're the real danger.
And then, Slinky, you said if they ban guns, that means only criminals can have it. Nah, no, that's not. Listen, first and foremost, man, them banning guns, it's still gonna find it's still gonna be crime regardless because it's still somebody gonna find their way. They're gonna find any type of way to do whatever commit any crime that they can. You know what I'm saying? So they could ban this. They could put limitations on this, like the brother L was saying. They could try to mess with the age limit or do anything. But it's not gonna solve every problem. And
Yeah.
one thing about Texas, you already know, L. This is an open carry state. Man, it's gonna be really really hard to fuck with the gun laws because what do Texans love? They love their guns. They love their firearms. I mean, we got the biggest base here in Texas, in the entire world in Fort Hood.
Fort Hood,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
But see, them dumbass
oh, go ahead.
motherfuckers, man. And this is my last point before I got to go in the office.
All right, no doubt, bro.
These dumbass motherfuckers, man. Man, you trying to take away my guns? No, motherfucker. No, dimwit. We're not trying to take away your guns, right? What we're trying to do is put in mechanisms to where if you meet certain criteria, you can't get a firearm. Now, will there be people who get ghost guns? Yes. Will there be other ways people get guns illegally through the dark web and all that type of shit? Yeah. And then you're gonna have to address those on an individual basis. You're gonna have to, but my thing is, you can't eliminate everything. All right. But what you can do is put things in place to mitigate and to reduce potential for a mass shooting. But
That's
what we
facts.
can't do, but what we can't do is this. All right, we'll put on the deflection here and the distraction here, and what about black on black crime, and what about this and what about that? All these what
Finger
about
pointing.
isms to where Nothing gets done.
Right. Finger pointing. That's
Yeah.
all it is. He finger pointing. And he really wanted to do that, man. I I'm telling you, bro. Like, and I know you saw that press conference with Abbott and O'Rourke. I know you were just like, man, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I
Man,
played on that live stream. I played it. I played that clip on one of my live streams.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
because
have to go check it out.
it was the thing that I'll tell you one thing, Polo. The one thing that stood out in that clip, it wasn't Abbott and Dan Patrick and the Ken Paxton because he's the Attorney General in Texas, I think.
Mhm.
It was the one fat dude that got up in the fucking with the walker. He was the one that was the most vocal out of everybody. I'm like,
Right,
motherfucker, you can barely walk, and you the one that's most vocal. You the one that's out here. Oh, you're being disrespectful. You're being fucking ignorant. All this crazy stuff, right?
right,
So my thing is, Beto O'Rourke was well within his right to do what he did. Now, whether it's for good intentions, that's for another discussion. But
yeah, exactly, El. Because I was thinking, like, I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is sitting up in that. Look, I understand where O'Rourke was coming from. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, I'm just like, okay, y'all motherfuckers is trying to make this shit about y'all because we know they ready to get Abbott out of there. L. Everybody ready to get Abbott out of here. You still there, LB?
Polo, I need to get in this office. So,
No. Oh
hey
yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah. No, no, it's all good, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to LB, the political sports channel of LB, man, and make sure y'all go sub to him, man. Until then, man, Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe. I'm out, man. I'll get at
hurry.
y'all.